You are not weak. You are not broken. The pain you feel, the compulsions that seem to control you, the emptiness that comes and goes, this is not madness. This is the manifestation of deep, unresolved pain. It's a call from your soul, a cry for meaning. Addiction is not the problem. It is the solution you found to cope with that pain. In this brutal theater of life, the performance is never yours. You're just a shadow on the stage, reacting, conforming, performing, a marionette on strings pulled by the fears of rejection and the urge to please. You think being present, available, and agreeable is the path to acceptance. Maybe you've whispered yes to that invitation, nodded when you wanted to scream. That desperate need to appease, to fit in, to be loved. It cloaks you in comfort. But it's a lie wearing the mask of intimacy. Picture this, standing in front of a friend, your heart racing, knowing you want to say no. But as their eyes search yours for a flicker of compliance, you crumble. You say yes, convinced that your compliance will lead to connection. Yet, in that moment, you condemn yourself to silence, a self-betrayal cloaked in the guise of kindness. The truth? Real connection begins when you respect yourself enough to say no. You throw yourself into the role of the pleaser. You hope it will earn you affection, but it only builds a wall between who you are and who you pretend to be. In this performance, you lose yourself. Your boundaries crumble like brittle leaves in autumn, and that hollow ache deepens. You've traded authenticity for applause. Now, let's dig deeper. The psychological cost of abandoning your boundaries in the pursuit of security has a price. You crave emotional safety, but instead, you entrap yourself in a cage of compliance. Carl Jung spoke of individuation, the journey of becoming whole. Yet how can you become whole when you're constantly denying pieces of yourself? You want validation, so you empty yourself to fill others, but it depletes your essence. You think your fragility makes you lovable, but in reality, it's a fast track to extinction. The more you abandon your truth, the more the shadows of despair seep into every corner of your being. This is the cost of your self-abandonment. You sacrifice your soul on the altar of safety, believing the illusion will guard you from loneliness. But it doesn't. It ensnares you in a cycle of yearning for connection while deepening your isolation. With each moment of self-denial, that dark pit inside you grows. And then there's the final act, the illusion of control. You tell yourself that by staying available, by bending and shaping yourself to fit others' needs, you have power. You cling to the desperate hope that by being everything to everyone, you will remain indispensable. Yet the truth is, you lose yourself in the process. The power you desire lies not in external validation, but in internal boundaries. The moment you realize this, the grip of your addiction starts to loosen. You've believed the lie that your worth is tethered to the approval of others. But what if I told you that true power comes from standing firm in your own truth? Instead of building bridges, you've allowed the illusion of connection to create trenches. You confuse emotional availability with strength, but in reality, vulnerability without boundaries is weakness. This is where the cycle of addiction thrives. When you seek to control how others perceive you, you strip away the essence of your being. So now, the moment of reckoning is here. Setting a boundary is not just an act, it's a ritual, an irreversible, sacred commitment to yourself. You stand alone, unmasked, unafraid. You cut the cords that bind you to the illusion of others' expectations. You reclaim your truth in silence. You don't need more healing. You need to stop lying about who you are. The burning away of falsehoods paves the way for something real to emerge. You are not your addiction. You are not your failures, your mistakes, or your self-sabotage. You are the awareness that witnesses all of this. You can learn to choose differently. It's not about perfection, but presence. It's about finally learning to be present in your own life, to sit with the discomfort, and to stop numbing yourself to the truth. You were never free, because you never set boundaries. Feel the weight of relief the first time you say no. A deep breath after cutting the emotional cord. The quiet of a morning. standing alone in your peace. This is what it means to reclaim your soul. And I ask you, don't keep this. Send it to the person still handing away their power, to everyone but themselves. The journey is painful, uncomfortable, and necessary. It's about awakening who you truly are beneath the masks, beneath the pain. Step into the journey of self-discovery, and everything will begin to shift. This is not just about recovery. It's about returning to wholeness, to find connection, and to stop hiding behind illusions. Walk this path with courage. Embrace it. In that truth, you will find freedom. The journey of self-exploration is not a gentle one. It is riddled with obstacles, filled with the echoes of your past, and haunted by the specters of who you thought you should be. It is here, in the rawness of existence, that you confront the shadows that cling to your soul. The wounds that have been festering in silence must be acknowledged. Failure to do so only prolongs the agony, perpetuating that cycle of addiction masked as comfort. Remember the heavy heart that followed you, the suffocating weight of expectations, of demands, of a never-ending need to please. That's the wound, a gaping hole that yearns for healing. You must dive into the depths of it. It's not easy, it's uncomfortable, yes, but it is essential. You've been running from this truth for far too long. The illusion of being loved in exchange for continual availability is a dangerous game, and one you've played far too often. The truth is stark. You are not defined by what you do for others. Your existence is not justified by your ability to make others feel good. You are here to exist authentically, to breathe life into your own dreams, to pursue your own happiness. This journey inward is the only path to true freedom. Now, let's talk about the shadow self, the parts of you that have been neglected, the emotions that have been suppressed, the fear, the anger, the sadness. These are not your enemies. They are messengers, urging you to take notice. When you repress these emotions, they don't disappear. They fester and manifest in self-destructive ways. Addiction becomes a means to escape the pain of your shadow, but it is not the solution. You must confront it. You must accept that this is a process, a continuous journey rather than a destination. The path of individuation requires you to face those parts of yourself that you wish to ignore. This is where healing begins. You must stand in the fire of your own truth, unflinching, and allow the embers of your past to ignite the flame of your future. You cannot outrun your shadows. They are part of you, woven into the fabric of your being. Instead, you must bring them into the light. This requires bravery. It requires vulnerability. You will need to sit with the discomfort and allow it to transform you. Listen closely. This is where the power lies. Finding your voice, your authentic voice, comes at a cost. You will shed layers, peel back the armor you've worn for protection. You will face ridicule and judgment, but this is part of the process. Not everyone will understand, nor will they appreciate your transformation, but here's the kicker: it isn't about them. It's about you reclaiming what was lost. It's about re-establishing your boundaries, asserting your worth, knowing that you are enough just as you are. In this moment, as you navigate this complex terrain, remember that healing is not linear. It doesn't follow neat patterns and predictable timelines. It twists and turns, inviting you to dance with your own chaos. And amidst that chaos, you'll discover the beauty of authenticity, the joy of being unapologetically you. You see, as you begin to heal, you will find that the world around you shifts. The relationships you attract will reflect the energy you emit. No longer will you draw in the needy, the desperate, or the users. Instead, you will find kindred spirits, those who walk beside you in their own journeys of individuation, those who understand the depth of your struggle and the beauty of your growth. The illusion of connection fades, revealing a deeper truth. You are not alone. You never were. This is not just your struggle, it is humanity's struggle. an eternal quest for wholeness. The moment you embrace this, you will begin to see the threads that bind us all together. As you forge ahead, remember that every boundary you set is not just a line drawn in the sand. It is a declaration of your worth. It is a statement that you refuse to compromise your truth for fleeting acceptance. Rather, you are a warrior in your own right, claiming your space and demanding respect. In moments of solitude, allow yourself to simply be. With each breath, honor the journey that has brought you here. Acknowledge your pain, your triumphs, your fears. This is the essence of true connection with yourself, with your truth. So as you stand at the crossroads of transformation, I urge you to embrace this newfound clarity. The choice is yours, to remain shackled to the past or to step boldly into the light of your own authenticity. And remember, healing is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about acknowledging that you are enough, just as you are, in every imperfect moment. Now, go forth. Live your truth unapologetically. This is your awakening, your revolution. And every step you take is a step toward liberation, not just for yourself, but for all who share this sacred journey of existence. You are not just reclaiming your power, you are reclaiming your essence. So breathe deeply, let it unfold, and stand in the truth of who you are. As you embark on this path, let the fire of your transformation burn brightly. Embrace the discomfort, the pain, the rawness of your journey. In that fire, you will forge not only your identity, but your legacy. A legacy that speaks of courage, resilience, and the radical act of loving yourself fiercely and unapologetically. You are worthy. You are enough. You are whole, broken pieces and all. And in that acceptance lies the power to heal, to connect, and to live fiercely in your truth. Your journey is just beginning. Walk it with intention. Embrace the shadow, for they are part of your light. Let each step forward ignite the passion within. And remember, you are not alone on this road. Together, we walk the path to wholeness, standing firm in our truths, shedding the illusions that have held us captive for far too long. It's time to step into the light of authenticity and reclaim our power, one moment, one breath at a time, raw, unfiltered, and unapologetically real. As the shadows of your past begin to dissolve, you will find a new clarity, a crispness that carries the scent of possibility. At this juncture, you must ask yourself, who do you want to be? This question is not a triviality. It is a keystone to your transformation. It invites introspection, demanding you peel away the layers of societal expectations, the pressures of conformity, and the haunting whispers of your inner critic. The journey of individuation is not a single leap. It is a series of steps, a dance that embraces both the light and the darkness within. This dance can feel chaotic, disorienting, even terrifying. But it is in this chaos that you will discover your true rhythm. There is beauty in the messiness, in the rawness of awakening. Allow yourself to feel every inch of it. The discomfort, the anger, the sadness. Do not shy away from these emotions. They are part of your healing. You are not here to be liked or accepted for a version of you that is molded by the expectations of others. You are here to be the fullness of who you are. This is where many falter, trapped in the illusion that being agreeable will yield love. But love built on conditions is not love at all. It is a transactional agreement, a mask worn to hide the truth of your discontent. The quest for genuine connection cannot be fulfilled through performance or pretension. Only when you stand firmly rooted in your essence can you attract those who resonate with your truth. The people drawn to you will not come to find a character. They will seek the depth of your being. Think back to moments where you felt truly seen. Those instances were not born of your compliance, but of the vulnerability you shared. The moments when you dropped the facade and allowed your authenticity to shine through. This is the essence of connection. You expose your rawness, and in return, the universe reciprocates with genuine relationships. There is a profound strength in vulnerability, a paradox that society often overlooks. When you show up as your true self, stripped of the masks that have protected you, you open the door to authentic connection. It is in this space that magic happens. You begin to gather around you those who resonate with your truth, those who accept you as you are, not who they want you to be. One of the greatest illusions we cling to is that in being available, we prevent abandonment. But let me tell you this: abandonment is not a physical act. It is an emotional state. When you neglect your own needs in favor of others, you abandon yourself long before anyone else does. And this act of self-betrayal breeds resentment, not only towards others, but also towards yourself. It is time to dismantle the idea that your value lies in how much you give. Your existence is not measured by your willingness to please. This is not about putting on an act to win favor. It is about standing tall in your truth and saying, "I am enough." And when you embody this belief, you will no longer feel compelled to chase after validation. You may have been conditioned to believe that your worth is found in external applause, but this is a lie. The applause fades, the affirmations wane, and you are left empty-handed, desperately trying to refill the void inside you with validation that was never meant to last. Instead, establish roots in your own self-acceptance. Cultivate a relationship with yourself that transcends the need for approval. You must understand that reclaiming your power means ripping away the illusions that bind you. It is the act of cutting through the noise, the distractions, and the compulsions that have masked your authentic self. This bold act of defiance is what sets the stage for true transformation. As you begin to uncover the layers, you will face the shadow, the parts of yourself that you have long rejected. This confrontation may feel like standing in the harsh glare of a spotlight, illuminating all the insecurities and fears you have buried deep. But do not shy away. Instead, lean into it. This is where the work begins. Each time you face your shadow, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Each acknowledgement brings you closer to wholeness as you integrate those fragmented parts. Remember, healing is not about banishing the shadow. It is about welcoming it home. Your shadow is not an enemy. It is a teacher. It holds the key to understanding your deepest wounds, your unprocessed emotions. The more you resist the truths it reveals, the longer you remain ensnared in the cycle of addiction and self-sabotage. Embrace the discomfort. It is the gateway to your liberation. In this journey of individuation, as you confront your fears and insecurities, there will be moments of doubt. You may question whether you are deserving of the love and acceptance you seek. But this is where the courage to stand tall serves you best. You must challenge the narratives that have kept you small, that have confined you to the shadows. It is time to rewrite your story. Start by recognizing the strength that lies within you. You have navigated through pain, through confusion, through moments where you felt utterly lost. Each step you take toward healing reaffirms your resilience. You are not defined by your struggles. You are defined by how you rise from them. As you peel back the layers, you'll notice that the world around you begins to shift. You attract experiences that reflect your newfound clarity. The energies you emit will resonate with those who are also on their journeys of healing, strengthening the connections that nourish your soul. You will find that the more you stand firm in your truth, the more others will respect your boundaries. When you refuse to compromise on who you are, you inspire others to do the same. This is the ripple effect of authenticity, a powerful wave that continues to grow and expand. In these spaces of connection, you will discover a community of kindred souls who have traversed similar paths. Together, you will uplift one another, creating a sanctuary that celebrates vulnerability and truth. This is a profound aspect of healing. You are never truly alone on this journey. Let this realization wash over you. You are not broken. You are healing. The journey may be long, but it is also rich with lessons that will shape you into the person you are meant to become. Embrace the uncertainty, for it is the fertile ground from which growth emerges. Your transformation will not come without sacrifices. You may need to let go of people, habits, and mindsets that no longer serve you. This is not a loss. It is a necessary step toward reclaiming your power. Each release creates space for something new, something that aligns with your truth and supports your growth. As you cultivate this new path, trust in your intuition. It is your guiding light, illuminating the way through the darkness. Listen closely to the whispers of your heart. They will direct you toward the connections and opportunities that amplify your essence. The journey of self-discovery is not a solitary one. You will find yourself surrounded by those who genuinely see you, who appreciate you for the fullness of who you are. This is the essence of true connection, an authentic exchange that nourishes both parties. So, as you navigate the complexities of your existence, remember that every boundary you set is a step towards self-love. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be known. Learn to cherish your authenticity, embracing every shade of your existence with open arms. In this moment of reflection, as you stand at the crossroads of transformation, recognize the power you hold. You have the ability to shape your reality, to redefine your relationships, and to reclaim the narrative of your life. It starts with you, your courage, your willingness to confront your truth, and your commitment to honoring your journey. The road ahead may be tumultuous, but know that each step is a declaration of your commitment to yourself. The illusions will fade, and in their place will be the brilliance of your true self, shining unapologetically in its authenticity. Embrace the discomfort, embrace the journey, embrace yourself. This is the awakening of your soul, the fulfillment of your purpose, the journey back to wholeness. Stand tall, for you are worthy of the love, acceptance, and connection that you seek.